All right, if your organization lives and breathes Microsoft, you're going to want to listen up. After more than a decade, a major tool in the project management world is officially riding off into the sunset. We are talking about a big one, the end of an era for Microsoft Project Online. Okay, let's get right to it. Circle this date on your calendar, September 30th, 2026. That is the official retirement date for Project Online. And look, for so many companies, this isn't just some minor update. No, this is a fundamental shift that's going to shake up workflows. It's going to affect your long-term plans. It's a big deal. Now, before you panic, let's get something straight right away. This change only affects Project Online. So, if your team is using the good old Project Desktop app, or maybe you're on Project Server, or even the newer Planner, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You're in the clear. Those tools are safe and sound. So you're probably wondering why now and what's the timeline, right? Well, let's dive into the official roadmap Microsoft has shared for this whole transition. Okay, so this whole phase out is happening in 3 key stages. First up, October 1st, 2025. That's when they stop selling it to new customers. No one new gets in. Then fast forward to April 2026. At this point, even if you're an existing customer, you can't create any new project spaces. And all of that leads to the final date, September 30th, 2026. That's when the lights go out for good. So what's the story here? Why are they doing this? Well, according to Microsoft, Project Online is basically built on older tech. It's a legacy architecture, and it's kind of holding them back from innovating. So they're pouring all their energy into the new kids on the block, Planner and the AI-powered Copilot. The whole idea is to create something that's way more intuitive, something that can scale, and that just fits seamlessly into how we work today. Okay, so Project Online is heading out the door. The big question is, what's next for you? Thankfully, Microsoft has laid out 3 main options. Let's take a look at what your new path forward could be. All right, your choices basically boil down to 3 main paths. Option 1 is Planner. Think of this as Microsoft's new shiny flagship for modern collaborative project management. Now, if you need all the heavy-duty powerhouse features you're used to with Project Online, there's still the on-premise Project Server. And last but not least, if your company is all in on Microsoft's business apps, then Dynamics 365 Project Operations is probably your best bet. It's amazing for things like timesheets and resource planning. And here's where things get really interesting. A huge part of this new vision is something called the Project Manager Agent. Just think of it as your own personal AI assistant living right inside Planner. Its whole job is to automate all that tedious, busy work. Like turning meeting notes into tasks or whipping up a status report for you. The idea is to let your teams focus on, well, the actual work. Okay, knowing your options is great, but now it's time to actually do something. So let's get super practical. What steps should you be taking, like right now? Here is a simple 3-step action plan to get the ball rolling. Step 1. Tell your people. Notify your users. Update your internal guides. Make sure nobody is caught by surprise. Step 2. Start looking at those alternatives we just talked about and map out your transition plan. Don't wait on this. And step 3, and listen, this one is absolutely critical. Back up all of your data before that final deadline. And I really need to double down on that backup step because that deadline, it's a hard stop. There are no extensions. After September 30th, 2026, your access is just gone. Poof. All your projects, all that data, it will be completely inaccessible. So planning ahead isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential if you want to avoid a massive headache and potential data loss. All right, let's pull back and look at the bigger picture for a second. This move isn't just about killing off an old product. It's really about Microsoft pushing a brand new vision for what the future of work looks like. But how is the community taking this news? So Microsoft's big dream here is to completely change the game for project management. They want to move away from it being this separate, complicated thing you have to do. Instead, they're picturing a future where it's just part of your natural workflow, something intuitive, super collaborative, and woven right into everything you're already doing in Microsoft 365. So what's the word on the street? Well, the reaction has been a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, you've got partners jumping in, offering migration help and tools to make the switch easier. That's great. But on the other hand, a lot of longtime users are pretty worried. They're asking, can Planner really handle the heavy-duty scheduling that Project was so good at? And, this whole situation has created an opening for other companies to step in with their own solutions to fill in the gaps.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to this. A tool that many of you have depended on for years is disappearing. And this isn't just about swapping out one piece of software for another, it's a real strategic shift. So it leaves us with one final big question to think about. Your tool is retiring. Is your strategy ready to evolve along with it?